All right, so ready for this. We're talking about how we interact with, well, everything. And get this, the future of it all might be getting shaped right now on, like, Roblox.
Yeah, seriously.
I know, right? It sounds kind of crazy, but we're diving deep into this whole blended reality thing today.
It's way more than just games, though.
Exactly. We've got this article here, The Future of Interaction. Are we ready for a blended reality?
We're going to see how these lines between, like, the real world and the digital world they're like blurring.
Yeah. And why it even matters, especially for our listeners who, well, they like to stay ahead of the curve, right?
Definitely. And this article points out something really interesting. It's like we might not even realize it, but um,
Yeah.
Roblox, it's not just a game for a lot of these kids. I mean, 46% of U.S. teenagers are on there. It's a whole digital world, right?
It's like their second home.
It is.
Hmm.
And they're learning to be comfortable in the digital and the physical worlds at the same time. It's natural for them.
So what does that mean for us, like, moving forward?
Well, the article really got me thinking about those skills they're picking up in these digital worlds. Take Roblox, for example, right?
Hmm.
They're building stuff, they're collaborating, solving problems. Those are skills they'll need in the real world, too.
It's like that problem you solve, figuring out a tricky part of your Roblox, whatever you're building, it's the same kind of thinking you need for like a group project.
Exactly. Or even a job later on.
Yeah.
So we're seeing this really interesting link between what's happening in the digital space and those essential skills.
Totally. And speaking of blurring lines, how are companies like Meta fitting into all of this? Their Ray-Ban smart glasses, those aren't just for like snapping pics anymore, are they?
No way. We're talking augmented reality here,
Yeah.
taking those digital elements and overlaying them onto the real world. Like imagine.
Walking down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your glasses are translating a conversation in real time,
Wow.
right? Or giving you historical facts about a building as you walk past.
I mean, I love that idea, learning as you go.
It's like the world becomes this interactive canvas layered with information. Pretty cool, huh?
An interactive canvas, that is a very cool way to put it. Although I have to admit, part of me also thinks, like, whoa, information overload.
I know. Could be a lot to take in.
It makes me wonder, with all this blending happening, are we even going to need, like, smartphones anymore?
That's the big question, right? It might not be a complete replacement, but definitely an evolution.
Hmm.
Maybe instead of one device, we're interacting through wearables,
Hmm.
smart surfaces. I mean, even our surroundings could become interfaces.
Yeah, like your kitchen counter telling you the news in the morning.
Exactly. The possibilities are huge.
Though, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I do miss the days of, like, focusing on just one thing at a time. But these, like, digital natives, they just get it. This whole merging of digital and physical, it's just natural to them.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's more than just being used to it. There's huge potential here. I mean, think about it. This blend could change how we learn, how productive we are at work, even just how we experience the world around us. It's pretty amazing.
It is, yeah. I mean, the article definitely highlighted a lot of the positive sides to all this, but are there like potential downsides, things we need to, I don't know, think about, be careful of as we move forward?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, when you have this level of interconnectedness, there are always concerns. Data privacy is a big one.
Right.
And I think there's a valid concern about becoming too reliant on technology. We don't want to lose those essential human skills.
You're preaching to the choir. Couldn't agree more.
It's a balancing act, really.
So, where does that leave us? It sounds like we're heading towards a future where the real world and the digital world, they're just like intertwined.
Yeah, and it's up to us to decide what we want that to look like. We're not just passengers along for the ride. We can shape this blended reality, this intersection of technology in our lives into something amazing.
I like that it's about like making conscious choices. It's definitely a lot to think about.
It is.
Yeah.
But those conversations, that's where it starts.
So, for our listeners out there, maybe this has sparked some ideas. What do you think this blended reality will look like? How do you see it playing out in your own lives?
Yeah. And what are you excited about? What are you a little worried about?
It's a whole new world of possibilities, for better or worse.
That's the truth.
And that's something for all of us to ponder.